All right, stock up, stock down. Craig, do you want to go first?
Yep, sure. Let's do it. Stock up, stock down. So this one is going to, this might shock. There might be some shock and awe here. I'm going stock up on Rory Sabbatini. I was just hoping I'd get a reaction from Kevin. So I've been flirting with playing him for a little while now, and I did start him 1 week. It might have been the week that he missed the cut a few weeks ago, but he's been playing pretty good golf. He's got 2020, 2021 season. He's got 9 events played, 4 top 25. So where he's typically priced on DFS, that's pretty darn good. You're getting top 25s out of him. He was 10th this week. He was tied for 12th last week. QBE shootout, which is the unofficial, he was tied for 2nd there. And then going back to RSM, he had a 12th there, 12th earlier in the year at Sanderson. So he's playing better golf than it seems like, because you're thinking that Rory Sabbatini, is this guy almost on the Champions Tour? No, he's actually playing decent golf still on the PGA Tour, and keep him in mind when you're looking to fill out the lower end of your DFS lineups.
I like you reaching for the shootout stats as well. I don't know about that, but I'll give it to you.
Well, it's a second. It looks good on the record.
Yeah.
With his finish too, he just cracked into the top 100 in the world. He's 100th right now. I gotta say too.
So being at 100th, does that crack into the 100 or?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay, we'll call it.
Listen, they have the top 100 on the first page, and he's on the first page.
He's on the first page. Yeah.
It seemed to me like watching him, he always seemed to be playing from the fairway. And when you get to a lot of these courses, like Torrey, that's huge. If you're in the fairway, you're already a leg up. So I don't know if that's typically his game, or if that's just what I noticed this week. That's very advantageous, and it's somebody I would pay attention to.
There's something about his wraparound season. Looking back at 2019, he got up to 69th in the world. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get suckered in. I'm going to play him as he's kind of coming back, but
you might have already missed the way up. You might be on the way down now, but I'm just saying I don't think he's gotten any chatter. So little chatter for Rory Sabbatini.
You're saying he's GameStop late on Friday afternoon or what? I've missed it. He's
GameStop last week, maybe, the week before, but maybe not quite GameStop in terms of where it's going. Stock down. This is a guy I feel like we've been talking about on the DFS end of things. Erik van Rooyen. Or Frederick, whatever. We still don't know for sure what he's wanting to be called out there. This is, so he missed the cut. He missed it, I think, by 2. Similar last week last week he made, and then he kind of made a mess of it. It was similar the week before at Sony. You had mentioned, and we had looked back at it, he had pulled out of the Masters with an injury, right. And he had mentioned, I forget if it was at the Sony or if it was at the American Express last week, but there's sounds like there's lingering chatter, I'll go with again, about an injury. So I don't know if it's, maybe he's not able to practice like he normally would, or maybe it's actually affecting him out there on the course. But I'm typically pretty high on EVR, and I'm just going to kind of half pump the brakes on him for a little bit here.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of getting on him on back-to-back weeks, and I mean, you got to hope for a guy to get healthy, because I think, and I said this last week, we've seen the talent. We know it's there.
Was he a stock down last week for someone?
He was a stock down for me after the Sony.
Okay. I was going to say, I looked back at last week. He wasn't anyone's stock down, but I gotcha.
No, and that was, my point about him was more that for where he's, I don't know where he's usually ranked on DFS, but just for where he is in the world ranking, I don't know how to play him. He seems to be, some weeks he kind of pops a bit, but you're just as likely to get a miscut, it seems like. So I was a stock down because I'm just staying away from him, because I feel like I have no feel for him right now.
Can't figure him out.
Yeah, but I would say when he starts to turn it, like once we start to see signs that he has it together, I'm going to be plugging him in quickly on DFS, but I'm not going to, I'm hesitant right now.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I just always have EVR on the mind. I don't know. Maybe that's why I was thinking about him last week too. I don't know. Anyways,
It's the
Kevin,
pants.
it's the pants, man. Kevin, who's moving up? Who's your stock up?
So I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy Tony Finau as my stock up. Talking about like having a feel for a guy. Tony Finau right now is playing just unbelievable golf, and of course people are gonna want him to win more. I want him to win, but look at his last 3 tournaments. You know, T2, 4th place, tied 31 at the Century Tournament of Champions, but then T8. I mean, the guy, he's rock solid. He's rock solid. If you're looking for a guy to plug in to get a top 10, last year at the Waste Management,
I was going to say, going to a course where he has
success. You know, I just there seems to be not a lot of sure things these days anywhere, and Tony Finau top 10 is as close as it comes to being a sure thing these days. So who knows? You know, lost in a playoff last year at Waste Management. Maybe it's his week, maybe not. But you know, you can't. For all the hate I guess Tony gets for not winning, let's just recognize how well he is playing, and to post another second place after kind of a disappointing Sunday last week. Let's give him a little boost here.
Yeah, I think everyone's talking about what Tony Finau isn't doing in terms of winning, and no one's talking about what he is doing in terms of like consistently finishing high in tournaments.
Yeah,
and like for that reason, I think that he definitely is. Yeah, he's definitely worthy of a little boost here.
Yeah. My stock down for the week is Brooks Koepka. 3rd straight miscut. Hitting it in people's shoes. You know, he's
that's
not like intentionally. Man. Like I don't think he was like.
That's quite so. And then he's like, "I'm not putting my hand in there. You get it." You get it. No, first time in his career. Apparently, he's missed 3 straight cuts.
He's hit in someone's shoe.
I don't think that there's an injury right now. I could be wrong, but I haven't heard anything about that. He at one point earlier in the year was saying he's back to full health. So hard to really know what's going on with him, but I don't know if you saw that image of him bending his driver over his neck too, but even the fact that he didn't snap that thing, I'm like, come on, Brooks, you're the big guy. Like, get that
Bo
thing
Jackson
broken.
Snapped that thing.
He's a Bo Jackson, exactly.
I don't know, maybe he's getting soft. I don't know. No, but 3 straight miscuts kind of speaks for itself. Where he's being priced in most things, I just can't touch him right now with that kind of record. As soon as the majors roll around, could totally turn it around. I wouldn't be surprised, but right now I'm not.
I completely agree. He was one of my picks in our DFS show on YouTube. I kind of figured let's be early on Brooks. It's going to be like a U.S. Open. It's going to be a U.S. Open light. Come on, guys. He dominates here. Let's just take a chance. Let's be early. And he disappointed. Craig, I know you're smirking. Just give it to me.
I was gonna say he was your pick, and then you double down on him the next day, and then the day after that you're like, I'm still just waiting for so you're gonna go back to the well again here and be like, I'm still gonna be early on him. The thing is that is the hardest part about it is his price just keeps getting lower on DFS. Like, I didn't love him as a play on Friday, but then his price was so low. Like, you're getting him at a price you're getting Cameron Davis at
Doug
Gim, and you're just like, man, like, how can I not play this guy?
So yeah, I mean, as you guys know, I'm usually more looking at the outrights pre-tournament, and he still seems to always be in the top 5 and those.
Well, and it doesn't matter what his price is if he misses the cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right.
What about you?
I guess that's me. I guess I'm up. I should pull up my notes. So moving up, I'm going to go again. I'm going back to Dubai. I have a sour taste in my mouth with the Farmers. I'm going back to Dubai, guys. Let's talk some Euro golf. Moving up, Brandon Stone. I talked about Bobby Mack as my second start. He came 3rd. Obviously, Paul Casey came 1st. Brandon Stone finished 2nd in Dubai. I had him as a sleeper, not on our pick show, but in a few of my lineups. I actually placed 10th in one in kind of a 25-cent 20 max entry. So that was a nice little pocket change return there. He was my sleeper in that lineup. But in his last 7 tournaments, 5 top 25s, only 1 missed cut. With this second place finish, he's moved from 205 in the world to 110. He has been as high as 67 back in 2017. So we know kind of the talent and I mean, even going into this tournament, the stats are there. So it's nice to kind of see him at the top of a leaderboard. And he has been. But the second is just a little bit different from kind of top 25. So he's moving up, Brandon Stone.
Yeah, I think to me, I mean, I feel like he was one of these people who people were talking about being like a great young player. And then it just felt like kind of some years got away from him a little bit. So yeah, it is nice to see him moving back up.
Yeah, I guess he's only 27.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's still young. He's still got a career ahead of him, that's for sure. Moving down, Wilco Nienaber.
Nienaber, I think.
Nienaber.
We've
yeah.
struggled with this one before.
I was watching clips again before the podcast, and I just can't get it out of my head. Nienaber. I don't know.
I think,
he
I'm
made
pretty sure
headlines.
it's Nienaber.
Nienaber. Yeah, okay. I think I got it. He was appearing on headlines. He made headlines for late last year at the Joburg Open. He hit that 439-yard drive. Kind of shocked the golf world. Everyone's talking about this young guy that can just really push it out there. He finished second there. It was a great finish. Coming into 2021, missed 2 straight cuts. For this tournament in Dubai, he finished 131st of 132 in strokes gained tee to green, losing 3.78 strokes per round. So that's 2 missed cuts in a row. This one where he was the second to last strokes gained tee to green. Still 20 years. I mean, he's only 20 years old, super talented. Just he's too volatile right now. And I rostered him last week, and there's birdies and bogeys and doubles and eagles. And I mean, that's just kind of the golfer right now, and maybe he is that showdown play, but for right now, it's just kind of a pump the brakes, let him kind of get some more consistency under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, not just long drives. He had 4 straight top 25s to finish the season, or finish the 2020 year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I guess they actually run seasons properly, so it was to finish the season over there. But yeah, 2 missed cuts. It makes it hard to pay too much attention. I think he is just where he's at in his career. I think he's going to be volatile. I wouldn't be, he's the type of guy that I feel like could go from missing a cut to a top 10. But I think that's going to be the reality until he fleshes out his game, and that's something people just need to learn how to do. And when you're 20 years old and you can have any top 10s out there, then you're doing pretty well. So
I mean, he could win this year. Like he's so talented. It's just it is really kind of roller coaster right now. So
yeah,
a little bit of pump the brakes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Craig. Were you about to go into it?
No, I was going to give a shout out to a few other Euros, but I feel like it's not necessarily the time or the place. But
let's hear it.
Well, I was just going to say your boy Rasmus Højgaard had another good tournament. I think he ended up with a top 10.
Really nice. Yeah, Sunday. Really nice Sunday.
9th or something like that. But then a few people that have just been sort of playing sneaky, consistently high finishes. Maybe not. I haven't looked at these to see exactly what they're doing, but Laurie Cantor seems to be getting up there in a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
Matthias Schwab had he was in top 10. He was my pick too, so I feel like that's maybe why I wanted to bring that one up.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, sorry, no, he was just in my lineups. But he's a young talent to keep an eye on. Adri Arnaus. Is a guy who we see up there quite a bit. He had a top 10 himself. Takumi Kanaya, he was one, Euro debut, former number 1 amateur. He had a bit of a backdoor top 10, worked his way up there.
Still great kind of first stop, I think, in the Middle East, first stop on the European Tour. Great debut for Takumi.
And then Antoine Rosner, who I don't know why everyone's not playing this guy every week in DFS, because he just always seems to be near the top of leaderboards, and he's still priced at like 7,500. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. With those stock downs, I feel like there's a bunch of guys to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move on.